Welcome to Cyber Protection Magazine. Today I'm speaking with Don Boxley, CEO and co-founder of DH2I, a company which is dedicated to providing solutions that ensure your data center is always on and that your data and network is always secure. Today we will be discussing cloud security, why more traditional approaches like VPN are not enough, and we will be discussing software-defined perimeter, a relatively new concept of securing the network. So, Don, what is cloud security and how can a software-defined perimeter help?
First, thank you for having me on today. I think that the need for it is obvious, right? Our media we're just flooded with reports of all kinds of issues. I think the latest one that's kind of taken hold is the whole ransomware situation, right? Companies I think, should be very paranoid about the idea that someone could hold them ransom, which I consider to be a natural evolution from where we've gone with security breaks. It just to kind of step back, answering the question, why do you need cloud security? To protect your systems, right? I mean, we're in a connected world. And what we have found is that bad actors have figured out ways to penetrate our environments. In the old days, it was just about collecting data, names, social security numbers, credit card numbers, and that information would be, put out on the web, the dark web, sold. But I think the bad actors have figured out that, that there's too much effort, right? I got to get the data, I got to pull it down, then I got to find a buyer. Now, what if I hold you ransom, right? Now I can hold your systems ransom. You got to pay me directly. It's just an easier transaction. So I think that's, one of the things that we need to be concerned about in terms of why you need cloud security. Now, one of the ways in which these actors have been able to do this is, I think you mentioned it earlier, it's around VPNs. VPNs were invented back in the 70s as a way to connect different sites, and then, evolved to remote access to allow users to access, systems from remotely. But, the way we think about VPNs is the way, we traditionally thinks about a castle in a moat, right? In the old days, you had a castle, you had a moat. The moat provided protection. If you wanted to get into the castle, right, we would lower the drawbridge, but before we do that, you'd have to give us the password. Okay, so you give me the right password, I'd lower the drawbridge, you're in my castle. Once you're in the castle, you've got free reign. You can go anywhere you want to. That's the same way with a VPN. The most common way for a VPN to be penetrated is I stole your password, right? So I stole your password. Now I'm in your, I've got through the VPN, I'm in your network, and now I can laterally explore different avenues within your environment. That is because I've been able to do that. Now I've been able to evolve my attacks, where before I could just kind of stealthily take things out of the castle. Again, a lot of effort, too much, I got to be too careful. Now I'm just going to lock up your kitchen. If you guys want to eat, you're going to have to pay me, because I've got all the doors locked to your kitchen now, right? So I'm holding your ransom. It's insidious, but in some sense it's brilliant, right? I mean, because it's, but so, how does a company go about solving that problem? You say, okay, I need to be able to provide connections between my users and my systems. If a VPN isn't going to work, what else can I use? And that's one of the things that we do. And there's a whole host of companies that are engaged in this as well. So I don't want to pretend that we're the only ones that do that. But it's in the area of software-defined perimeter. The idea is I can create a specific tunnel between a user and a specific application, so that when the user looks to access that application, that's the only thing they're able to access. So if I go back to our analogy around the castle, I've given you access to the castle, but I've only given you access to this closet. So that's the only place you can go. So if you want to try to do anything else, you can't. You're locked into this into the closet. So yeah, if there's something valuable within the closet, you may be able to, create havoc. But I've contained the possibility that you can roam other places within the environment. So that's the basic goal of software-defined perimeter, of limiting your users to specific services within your environment. and that's the only thing that they have access to.
Okay, thanks. That was very good, and also a very good analogy with the castle. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Don Boxley from DH2I on cloud security and software-defined parameters. Thanks.
You're welcome.